So we will continue with our chapter, that is chapter number 4, structure of an atom. Structure of an atom. So in our previous class we talked about different structure of an atom. That means we talked about Dalton's atomic theory. That means what he proposed. Okay, he proposed that atoms are the most individual, or you can say that it is not divisible. Okay, then further in 19th century various other scientists came like Thomson. Okay, then we have Bose, Rutherford, and slowly what they did, they just experimented and figure out that every element or every atom has a charged particles. Okay, and slowly we have got 3 atomic subatomic particles like electron, proton and neutron. So these are subatomic particles of an atom. Okay, so we talked about electrons are mostly with charged particles, protons and neutrons. That means electrons are negatively charged particles, protons are positive charged particles, okay, and neutrons, they are neutral, they don't have any charges. And we also discussed that electron revolve around the nucleus. Nucleus made up of proton and neutron. So now let's move towards distribution of electrons in different orbits, that means in different shells. So as we know that we have how many types of cells? K, L, M, N, K cell, L, M, N, and so on. Okay, it can be O, P, Q also depending upon the electrons. So K cell, L cell, M cell and N cell. So they have different number of electrons. As we all know that electrons are on the outer shell of the nucleus. Nucleus made up of protons and neutrons. Okay, so we can say that the distribution of electrons into different orbits of an atom was suggested by Bose. So this was suggested by Bose. Okay. So the following rules are followed for writing the number of electrons in different energy level of cells. So the maximum number of electron present in the cell is given by formulas 2 and 2. That means the formula is 2 and 2. Okay. So what does that mean? Where n is the orbit number of energy level index 1, 2, 3 and so on. As for example, in K cell it will be 2 into and 2. That means similarly here 2 into and 2, 2 into and 2, 2 into and 2, and this n can be 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, so 2 into 1 to the power 2, 2 into 2 to the power 2, 2 into 3 to the power 2, 2 into 4 to the power 2 and so on as the cell increases. Okay, so in this case the number of electron will be 2, here 8, here 18, here 32 and so on. Okay, so the maximum number of electron that can be accommodated in the outermost orbit is 8. As for example, this is the nucleus, that means mixture of protons and neutrons, and here we have 2 number of cells. Okay, here 8, here again 8. Okay, maximum number. So another criteria is that as soon as the 2 is not fulfilled, as soon as we can't fill the other cells, okay, like K cell, M cell and N cell and so on. Okay, so the maximum number of electron that can be accommodated is 8 maximum. Okay, if it is more than 8, we have to take another cell. So electrons are not considered in a given cell unless the inner cells are filled. That is, the cells are filled in a stepwise manner. That means stepwise manner means if K cell is filled, after it is filled, we can fill L cell, then M cell, then N cell. Okay, so we will take an example of few elements. So let's take an example of hydrogen. So this is a hydrogen atom. Okay, let me draw. Okay, this is nucleus, and as we all know that hydrogen atomic number is 1. So the number of electron is only 1. So we can put only 1 here. Similarly for helium, this is nucleus, and in outermost shell only 2 electrons. Okay, this is fulfilled. Similarly for lithium, it is 3, so 2. So in first cell, that means in K cell, we can only put 2 electrons. So we have to, so lithium atomic number is 3. Okay, number of electron is 3. So for that, we have to take another cell and put 1 electron here. 1, 2 and 3. Then we have, let's talk an example of oxygen. Okay, and oxygen, we have atomic number of oxygen as I think 8. Okay, so in the K cell we have to put 2, then here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So similarly we can put for other elements also. We can put for nitrogen also, sodium also. So let's take a example of sodium here. Example of sodium. So sodium has an element of, in the first cell we can put 2 in sodium, then in another cell, that means L cell, we have to put how much? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we have to take another cell, that is M cell. Okay, then we have to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 electron. So number of electron in sodium is 2, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so in this manner we have to arrange the electrons. First in the K cell, then L cell, then M cell and so on. Okay, so now let's talk about valency. What do you mean by valency? So the simple definition of valency is combining capacity of an element. Okay, so combining capacity of an element is termed as valency. So we have learned how the electron of in an atom are arranged, okay, in different cells. The electron present in the outermost cells of an atom are known as valence electron. That means the electron present in the outermost cell are known as, this is nucleus, okay, are known as valence electron. Means they can give or they can take. Okay, that means they can combine with other elements. Okay, and these are called valence electron. So from Bohr's scheme, we also know that the outermost shell of an atom accommodates a maximum of 8 elements. Okay, that means 8 element means, suppose take this as 2 element, then 8. So if an element has 7 electron, so what will this element will do? Will this element gain electron or lose electron? So what will be easier for this element? So it will be easier to gain electron, because this element can't give 7 electrons to the other element, so it will gain 1 electron. Okay, as for example, suppose this is X, element X, okay, and another one is element Y. Okay, and it has you can say just 3 electron here. So for chemical bonding, the Y element will give 1 electron to this to fulfill its octet number, that means 8 number on the outermost shell. Okay, and this will be bonded. This element, X element, will take elements of Y and electrons of Y, and Y element will take electrons of X. Okay, so the combining capacity. So now we will talk about inert gas. Okay, so those elements in the periodic table have filled the criteria of this octet number. They are termed as inert gas. Okay, as for example, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 1 more electron. So this has fulfilled. So this will neither gain electron nor lose electron. So they are called inert gases. Inert gases. So in inert gases, we can say that the outermost shell has an octet number. Okay. Then we will more talk about. So let's talk about valency of different elements. So take the example of hydrogen. So hydrogen has an atomic number, that means number of electron 1. Hydrogen has number of electron 1. So we can say the valency of hydrogen is, that means valency is 1. In the same case, helium, number of electron is 2. So we can say its valency is 2. Then we have lithium, number of electron is 3. Valency, we can say 3. Then comes beryllium, number of electrons 4, valency 4. Okay, sorry. Here we can't write valency 2, okay, 3, because for this only one shell is occupied. That means only one for hydrogen. Okay, I will just make an easier one. Okay, this is a nucleus and this is the cell, that means K cell. Okay, and only one electron is at the K cell. This is K cell. Okay, so 1, so we can write 1. Similarly, helium have 2. This is nucleus, 1 and 2 at the outermost shell, so we can write 2. But for lithium, we can't write 3. Why? Because first we have to full the K cell, that means 1 and 2. So remaining electron is, again we have to add 1 extra cell, that means L cell, and 1, 2 and 3 we have to put 1 here. So the correct will be 1. Lithium has a valency 1. Then beryllium, again let's make it easier. 2 we have to fulfill, and we have to take again one more cell and 2. So it will be, instead of 4 it will be 2. Then we have another element, that is boron. Boron. So number of electron in boron is how much? 5. Okay. So valency, we can't say that valency will be 5. That will not be correct, because in boron also we have to put 2 electron, then we have to take another cell, then 1, 2 and 3. So for boron it will be 3. Okay. So by this way we can take out the valency of an electron. But if it comes to 6, that means in case of just see, let's take about carbon also. Okay, carbon, nitrogen. Okay, for carbon is 6. So valency we can't say 6, because for carbon we have to take 2 electron, then L cell we have to take how much? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. For carbon we have to write 4 electron. But for nitrogen, now here it is very interesting. Nitrogen and number of electron is 7. Okay. Okay. For nitrogen, so valency will be how much? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now here it will be very much interesting in here, because for hydrogen it is very easier, because in outermost cell, that means in K cell only 1 electron was there, so valency was 1. In helium also there was no issue, because in the only K cell was there and number of electron was 2, so valency 2. But in lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, okay, we have taken how many cells? 2 cells, and after fulfilling the K cell only we have to fulfill L cell. So the outermost, in the outermost cell, that means in L cell we have only 1 electron. So we have to write only electron valency 1. But in case of nitrogen, in outermost cell the valency is how much? Or the electron is 5. We can't write 7 here. Can you write 5? No, we can't write valency 5 also. Why? As I discussed earlier that for chemical combination, exchange of electrons takes place in 2 elements. As for example, I talked about that about oxygen. Okay, so here in case of nitrogen, we have nucleus, outermost cell we have 2 electrons, then after that we have how many electrons? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So valency, the definition of valency only itself describes that it is the combining capacity of an element. So for nitrogen to become octet, that means to become octet number, to fulfill, okay, in chemical bonding, what number of electron does nitrogen require? 3. So instead of giving 5 electron, it will take 3 electron. Okay, so instead of giving 5 electron, it will take 3 electron. That means the valency of nitrogen will be 3. We can't write 5 because 5 number of electrons nitrogen can't give, because it's much more in comparison or in numerical values, that is more. Okay, so 3 it can gain. So for valency nitrogen we can write valency as 3. Okay, similarly for other element also, as for example, let's take example of oxygen. So oxygen has 8 electron. Okay, for oxygen, this is a nucleus, and in outermost cell we have 2. Then here we have how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have, for oxygen we have 8 electrons. Okay, so 2 and 6 in outermost cell. So for oxygen, what will be the number of, what will be its valency for oxygen? Okay, as I told that to fulfill the octet number, that is 8. How much electron does oxygen require? Only 2. So the valency will be 2. Okay, that means we have to see not only the outermost cell electron but its combining capacity. That means does it require or does he have to give? So if he require less, okay, the combined capacity is less, we have to write the lesser valence. Okay, so for this we can take valency of other elements also. So now let's take an example of magnesium. So number of electron in magnesium is 11. Okay, so if we have to make if we have to arrange an electron here, so we have to put 1, 2. Okay, that means in K cell. In L cell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In L cell means 8 and 2, 10. So in the outermost cell, in M cell, we can put only 1 electron. So its valency of magnesium will be 1. Understood? So here we have taken K, L and M cell because what have been fulfilled? The cell has been achieved an octet number. Okay, so now let's have an example here. We have taken K, L, M cell. Okay, suppose if an element, say for example, there is an element X. Okay, suppose it's a known element, and again it fulfill 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so in M cell we have 7. So in K cell we have 2, L 8 and M 7. So what will be the valency of X? Will it be 7 because the outermost cell contains 7, or will it be 1? So the valency will be 1. Okay, but say if it has again acquired one more M cell also. Okay, and this is fulfilled, and this have 4 electron. In outermost cell, that means in N cell, we have how many electron? 4. So what will be the valence? Because either this element can give 4 electron, or this element can get 4 electron. So the valency will be 4 in this case. Okay, so this was all about taking out the valency from the element.